Right guys, Shay here, Uneven Mounts, hope you guys are well. So, Rohit Sharma was appointed the vice captain of India going into the third test in Sydney. Today's Monday the 4th of January, so it's the third test starts on Thursday the 7th. Anyway, a lot of people said this is a really non-starter. Why does it really matter? You know, that Rohit Sharma is going to be vice captain in place of Cheteshwar Pujara. Let's just call him Pujara. So yeah, because I'm butchering that first name. But anyway, so yeah, he's in place of Pujara. People say it's non-starter. Who really cares? Well, listen, if it's a complete non-issue and nothing to talk about, then why has there been a change? There is an issue there. You know, clearly Pujara's not replicated his kind of form that he showed 2 years ago in Australia. Fair enough. That being said, there was no need to make a change. Obviously he's vice captain. There's no reason to change that. Rohit Sharma. The worrying thing for me is that Rohit Sharma has been made vice captain. So because to me, he's now coming into the team. Probably for Hari, I imagine. They lose the bowling option, the occasional bowling option. That being said, obviously India playing with 5 balls anyway now, with Jadeja in the middle. And then you've got. Obviously Agarwal up top. He's not done very well so far. Maybe Rohit Sharma opens the batting. Now, that would worry me a little bit. I think in Australia, if I look at the stats, I mean, his average is pretty healthy actually. So it's 46.54. He's averaging in his 32 matches. But that being said, I mean, he's averaging 88.33 in India. He's played 14 of his matches, so 18 matches overseas, 14 at home. He's averaging 88 in India. But if you look at the other major nations where he's played overseas, so he played in Australia, obviously the most relevant comparison for this test series. He's averaging 31 with the highest of 63 not out. England, he's only averaging 17 when he played the one game. New Zealand's averaging 41, fair enough, reasonable return. South Africa, he's flopped, he's massively, he's averaging 15 in 4 matches. Sri Lanka 33.66 and West Indies 25. Pretty mediocre returns, apart from the notable 14 in New Zealand. He hasn't really done anything else. He's averaging 31 in Australia. So him being brought in as vice captain means he's going to play the side, almost certainly in Sydney. I don't really know the thinking behind this. I don't understand why he'd be picked as vice captain. I think it's very unfair in Pujara for him to be elected the vice captain. There's obviously a lack of trust in Pujara there, because Rahane, and I will do a quick video on this actually, was superb. He was absolutely superb, in the second test in Melbourne. So, credit where credit's due. He was excellent. So, I don't see the point in really. I mean, if you're worried if Rahane, because maybe you might be thinking that because Pujara's not batting that well, that they want to kind of take any maybe potential pressure off Pujara that he might even have to captain, or just the responsibilities that come with being a vice captain behind the scenes, be part of that kind of think tank, can we take it away from him so he just concentrate purely on his batting? Because I think they feel that maybe Pujara needs to be concentrating on his batting, and if you can replicate what he did 2 years ago for the final 2 tests, then India have a solid chance there of winning again in Australia twice in a row, which would just be unbelievable if they can pull it off this after the 36 all out in Adelaide. If they can roll back to win the series without Kohli, absolutely phenomenal achievement. Especially Yardev's out, Ishant Sharma's injured, Mohammad Shami's out of the series as well. If they can win this series, incredible. But anyway, I'll go into that a bit more in detail a bit later on. But yeah, maybe they need Pujara to think about Pujara, and that maybe he needs to concentrate on his batting. But I still don't necessarily think that's the right way to go, and I'm this bit disappointed. I actually feel like vice captains do have a role to play. They do have a role to play because they might be a little bit more inhibited on the field, but I think as part of obviously your think tank off the field, they do know what's happening a bit more than the other players, because there's a possibility they could be leading the side at any point during the 5 days. So I think it is important. I wouldn't have gone Rohit Sharma as this. I think that's it's unfair. He wasn't even in the squad at the beginning. Remember, he was injured, and then he obviously played IPL. Then he's put into the squad, does quarantine period, and he's straight in as vice captain. I mean, come on, what's that about? The only other thing I think about is, well, maybe you're doing it because they've got kind of long-term plans to make him the white ball captain for now anyway, to kind of succeed Kohli. And give Coley, I think Coley's now 32 years old, so he's going to be 33 at the end of the year. Maybe he starts thinking about him and his responsibilities and his priorities and his workload. Maybe he can relinquish at least one of the white ball teams to Rohit Sharma. And then obviously, maybe the second white ball side. And we know Rohit Sharma's a good captain. I appreciate that. I just feel like midway through a series, you haven't played, you're coming in already as vice captain. Don't really like that. I think it's unfair in Pajara, really. But like I said, maybe they're doing it to get Pajara to kind of really kindle that form that he showed, a couple of years ago. So anyway, yeah, that's it for me, guys. My thoughts. Quick video. Let me know your thoughts below. Leave me a comment. That'd be great. What's your thoughts on this? Non-starter, like some other people are saying that I'm reading online. Complete non-starter. No one cares. Who gives a shit about the vice captain? That's your thoughts. No problem at all. Leave it below. Love to get into it with anyone out there. As I always say, do like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Cheers.